I will be requesting the first participant, that is of CMOS 2406, and the paper is entitled as Predicting Forestry Development in Guizhou Prints based on VAR model. And the authors are Wanyue Zhang, Yohu Bao, Liang Wu, and Yuting Wang. Who is going to present? Please let me know. Researchers, scholars, who is going to present this paper titled CMOS 2406. The paper ID is, again, I am repeating, CMOS 2406. Please let me know who is going to present so that I can let you to share the screen.
And hi, I'm going to share the paper.
Okay. I am giving you the access. Who is going to present? Please raise your hand, or may I know who is going to present? Wanyue Zhang, are you?
Wanyue Zhang.
Yes. I am making you as one of the hosts.
Yeah.
Please try to start sharing your screen. Share your screen. You can find out an option there, share screen. Please try to share your screen.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. You can start present.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Wanyue Zhang, and I appreciate the opportunity to share my insight. Today, I will delve into predicting forestry development in Guizhou province based on VAR model. My presentation is structured into several key segments, starting with introduction and propose, moving on to research method and the main process, then examining the results and analyze, and finally focusing on the conclusions. So I'll begin by filling you into the background of the forestry industry. Previous studies have shown that the forestry industry play a crucial role in enhancing farmers' income growth, broadening rural income channels, and achieve rural revitalizations. So it is significant to research economic benefits of forestry industry. Besides, forest is the largest green resource in Guizhou province, whose coverage is more than 60%. So it is prior to summarize experience and practice, studying further promote policy recommendations of planning as to provide a favorable support for higher quality development for forestry. In this paper, we select such annual data like forestry output value, and forestry investment and per capita GDP as samples, using VAR model to predict forestry output and its value in the next 10 years in Guizhou province. And we're using the impulse response analysis and variance partitioning analysis to study the contribution of forestry investment growth rate to per capita GDP growth rate in Guizhou province. Next, I'll focus on the research method and the main process. This paper selected per capita GDP growth rate to measure economic growth level of Guizhou province to study the nexus between economic growth and forestry investment. Meanwhile, growth rate of employed population, growth expenditure on agriculture, forestry, and water service, and R&D investment expenditure. All of their effects on economic growth are considered. After that, we will looking at the result, the empirical models. First, we established the VAR model to speculate forestry product and output. Second, we constructing the VAR models to predict the first, second, and third industry output value of forestry in Guizhou province. Finally, we established this model to regress the total forestry output in Guizhou province. Then we'll focus on the results and analysis. First is the stability test of the model. Through the stability test of the VAR model, it can be seen that the reciprocals of all roads are within the unit circle, which satisfied the stability condition. Secondly, we can see the left graph reflects impulse response function of one standard deviation shocked to the growth rate of GDP per capita to the growth rate of forestry investment. The right panel plots the opposite. So we can see that the interaction between per capita GDP growth rate and the forestry investment growth rate weakens as time increases. And thirdly is the variance partitionally analyzed. As you can see from the table, the contribution of the growth rates of forestry investment to growth rate of capital GDP has gradually increased, and the contribution of the growth rate of facial expenditure on agriculture, forestry, and water affairs has gradually declined. And the contribution of the growth rate of R&D investment has stably around 22%. Then we come to the prediction on the forestry output. The statistic here can see that with the expansion of the output of forestry products such as oil tongue seed and the Chinese pistachio seeds, which will have a declining trend in the future, the output of the remaining forestry industry products will increase year by year. And this table is the predictive result of relevant forestry output of Guizhou province in the next 10 years. The output of each forestry and industrial product will increase to varying degrees in the coming decades, especially bamboo and converted timber, which are expected to experience significant growth. The last is the prediction for the forestry output value. Figure 3 shows a general output trend in the ratio of total forestry output to GDP over the period of 20,000 to 2022. And the figure 4 shows that the proportion of the primary industry declined significantly. The proportion of the tertiary industry increased significantly, and the change of the secondary industry was relatively stable. And the table showed that the result of the projections of the total value of forestry output, as well as the value of primary, secondary, and tertiary forestry output for the next 10 years. Show that the industry, the aggregate value of forestry in Guizhou province will experience an initial increase followed by a decrease in the future. To conclude, the research results show that the contribution of forestry investment growth rate to per capita GDP gradually increases, but the interaction between per capita GDP growth rate and the forestry investment growth rate weakens with time increasing. That completes my presentation. Thank you for listening.